I just remembered something. By the way, I'm all groggy and bed, bed, living room, and here is the breakfast hall. But anyway, I was just thinking something. It was yesterday with a guy. Now this is not necessarily true, but we flipped the table at top once for no reason, and then the second time I was gonna do the same thing, and just like I couldn't even process anymore. I couldn't think anymore. I was so exhausted and tired, and I think so was the other guy, But it's like when you get really tired, you make your mind doesn't work properly, and you make mistakes. Now, this is going in an MTech. The guy Adam Novak said he was like years ago. This was in 2016. He was telling me a story. It was years prior to that. He was working and he was using a box cutter. And he was gonna cut like something forward, but he almost like cut his forehead. Now, he was exhausted too. He said, "Oh, I was just exhausted." Him and Chang, I was so exhausted. I had to stop. I was like, his mind couldn't work anymore. But there's something else when someone tries to possess your mind. I've been through that. People told me that when it's like, they try to make me do something and it didn't work out, and they're like, "Oh, I must be tired. I must be exhausted," because they didn't get to use mentally use my mind and stuff. Oh, and that's saying that they must be really exhausted, that their mind. Well, that's just garbage, isn't it? That their mind doesn't work, isn't as sharp, as strong as mine, for them to compete with my mind, mental to mental and stuff like that. It's pretty simple, It's like, it's like you're having an arm wrestling contest and, I win and you say, "Oh, I must be exhausted because you beat me." Now, I'm not going to go to the condescending level, but it's like they can't use my mind on some other kind of mental possession, because they're mentally exhausted, and my mind wins, like as far as not putting them to make me do something, So I remember that briefly last night. I just remembered it today. It was like, of course, the one person that told me that once or twice was Yannick Kokoschka. Like he was trying to make me mentally do something. Now we're like, "Oh, do this, and that." Like, he was sending me mental messages. It was very freaky. Not the only person. There was a couple people that did the same thing. I mean, imagine you try to possess another human mind. Consider if you are human to begin with, right? From the earth. And, you fell at it, and then you just say, "Oh, I must be tired because, you didn't get to use me." But it is really true. It is really true. And, that's pretty much the most important thing, other than we were so exhausted yesterday that this guy walked in a ramp, a lift, in back of his leg. I felt bad. I was like, I told him, watch out, because we were so tired. We were a little bit careless and negligent, and we couldn't help it. When you're mentally exhausted, you can't process everything better, and someone with a fresh mind will abuse you. So on a personal level, I experienced that. Not just Polish people, but a couple of people telling me that, like, they couldn't mentally abuse me. Last night was probably a chance some people to mentally abuse me, considering, I was a little bit stagnant based on other mental abuses.